Hey everyone, this is Ron McCracken, also known as Running Ron. This will be my first video in a little while. And if you've followed my YouTube channel at all, you know that I mostly make videos. They're either about mental health or they're about my dog Zeuster. Also known as Zeus, also known as the Zeuster Rooster. So if you follow my YouTube channel, Ronnie Mercury, which is what this is being broadcast on, he's been in all my mental health videos, and then he has his own videos where I'm showing him doing his little celebrations and whatnot. Well, the last several weeks have been an extremely tough time because as anyone who's followed me on Facebook or Instagram knows, again, my name is Ron McCracken. I'm easy to find. On June 13th, my dog Zeuster died very suddenly and unexpectedly. He was fine early in the day, normal, happy Zeuster and all that. Started showing a lot of distress around 4 p.m. or so, and I'm just checking the time on the video. Around 4 p.m. or so, maybe a little bit later than that. And anyway, he died just as we were arriving at the vet. About 5:45 p.m. June 13th, Central Time in the United States. So Zeus died it was probably a blood clot. That's the best guess that the vet has. This might be the toughest or one of the toughest videos I've ever made. Zeuster was everything to me. He was officially my emotional support dog. I first adopted him October 22nd, 2014. He died again June 13th, 2024. So almost 10 years. Found out from his original foster mom that he was a couple years older than I thought he was. So I thought he was 12 or 13. Turns out he was probably at least 14. But as I said, he was pretty healthy and happy right up until the end there. He was having some older dog issues, getting some arthritis and things like that. But nothing that was particularly alarming. So honestly, I'm still kind of in shock. That last hour or so was very chaotic, and there was blood on my leg and blood on my shoes and all that. Did everything that I could, So Zeuster, he's officially my emotional support dog. My best friend in the universe, my hero. These last 10 years, Zeus played an absolutely critical role in my recovery. You can see another video on my channel, my PTSD recovery journey, how the Boston Marathon bombing saved my life. That was the video from my presentation at the 2021 NAMI Texas State Conference. And at that time, the conferences were virtual because we were still in all the COVID lockdown stuff. But that came off really well, and I'll tell you that it has almost 4,000 YouTube views now. I'll tell you that a reason that it came off really well was because of the Zeuster, or the Zeuster Rooster, as a lot of us called him. You can see in the video, he's right by my side. I'm sitting on my bed, and he's right by my side the whole time. And as I warned everyone at the beginning, about 6 or 7 minutes into it, you can hear him snoring. He's 90-something pounds, so you could definitely hear him snore. That just adds to the video, you know. But he was such a steadying influence on me. Today we're going into this. This is being filmed early Wednesday morning, July 31st, and that's going to make 5 years, 2 months, and 24 days sober for me. If you haven't heard before, my diagnoses were depression, chronic PTSD, anxiety disorder, and ADD. Of course, the chronic PTSD comes from the Boston Marathon bombing, April 15, 2013. I got Zeus about a little over a year, almost a year and a half after that. About a year and a half after that. So he kind of stepped right up, you know, and just you can't overstate the importance. And I say this in the recovery workshops that I speak at, and all the ones that we did virtual. Zeus was right by my side, you know. You can't underestimate or overstate the importance of an emotional support dog in recovery. I wouldn't have made it without him. Let's put it that way. I wouldn't have made it without him, even though I went that year and a half after the bombing before I got him. So it's very appropriate that he's featured in that My PTSD Recovery Journey video. He's featured in not only being by my side the whole time, you can see him on camera. Also, I spent a few minutes talking about him towards the end of that video. I spent a few minutes talking about him and what I just said, how important of a role he played in my recovery, just stepping right up and just doing his Zeuster thing. He was definitely a Velcro dog. All 95 pounds of them. Velcro dog. And this is one of the hardest things, is we were never more than, whenever I was home, we were never more than a few feet apart. That included on our walks. There's, you know, friends and neighbors would comment through the years when they saw us out walking, they would just talk about how, you know, they say he stays really close to you on your walks, doesn't he? I'm like, yeah, he does, you know. And that just that was Zeuster's way of letting me know he's always there. I did spend quite a bit of money, and thankfully there were several friends who stepped up. A couple of them on a GoFundMe I started to pay for Zeus's cremation and get a few memorial items, and then a few others just privately sent me a little bit of money, which helped tremendously. So I wanted to show you that, and then I have a story about Zeuster and how all this relates to mental health. And you know, I mentioned my sobriety a few minutes ago, and clear sign of my progress in years past, like after the Boston Marathon bombing, and then when my previous dog, Pretty Girl, she died just 3 months after the bombing. She died very suddenly and unexpectedly. My response then was to self-medicate and double down on my drinking. Alcohol was my drug of choice. Double down on my drinking. And I'm not doing that now, and I'm not going to do that now. Um, I've learned too much along the way. I've made it too far to ever backtrack. So I want to show you a little bit of an unboxing thing. Okay, this bag. There's a place called Fond Memories at Zeusters Memorial. It says built on faith. Built on trust. Same thing. Nice little bag, and then his wooden urn came in this lovely little velvet bag. And here is Zeuster's urn. That is the tree of life hand carved into the urn. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's absolutely beautiful, and I love that. Well, Zeus was all about life. If you couldn't tell already, Zeuster was everything to me. Everything. So it's hard, extremely hard without him. Got nameplate, Zeuster McCracken, and I don't know if this is going to show up upside down or not, but also in each one of these boxes, there were 2 boxes like this. Very nice little boxes. I got 2 paw prints made. And as you can see, I have really big hands. I'm about 6 feet tall, and my hands really are kind of outsized. My hands are bigger. My hands are big for my height. Okay, put it that way. Zeus's left paw is a little bit bigger than the right. This gives you an idea. Gives you an idea of Zeuster's size. He was a legit giant. So, also came with, here's the other one, came with these little stands that you put the paw print up on the stand, and see, got a nice little inscription there, Zeuster. And then, in loving memory, and also paid to get some of his fur clippings, Zeus McCracken. Like I said, we always call him Zeuster Rooster. Sometimes just Rooster. Also, I frequently just called him Babe. So we have a certificate of cremation. And this little thing. A friend of mine texted me tonight some very beautiful thoughts about, because I just told him about Zeuster, and he said, I told him I'm having a really tough time with it. We're going on about 7 weeks now, I guess, and I'm having extreme trouble sleeping and things like that. He said, your grief, the depth of your grief shows how much you loved him, how much he meant to you. And yeah, I just loved him more than the sun and the moon and the stars, and I still do. So I wanted to share a story, and here's my point, and I do have one. This relates to mental health. I'll never forget that first day I got Zeus. I had met him at Animal Allies of Texas Rescue the week before, and we hit it off immediately, needless to say. And then a volunteer there named Linda, she dropped Zeus off at my apartment. And that was fortunate that it worked out that way, because at that time I was living up on the second floor. I was living up on the second floor of an apartment complex right by White Rock Lake. And at that time, Zeus was 98 pounds when I first adopted him. Again, he's a legit giant. Well, my apartments had those steps like you see a lot of apartment complexes, where they're concrete steps, and you can kind of, there's that gap between each step. They're not solid. You can see through the steps. And this showed me just how, even at the rescue, they said that wasn't a home for him. He spent almost 3 years there. There wasn't a home. He was well taken care of, but there wasn't a home. And this shows, it didn't even occur to me that he had never been exposed to stairs like that. And anyway, Linda and I, we start walking up the stairs. Right before the first step, Zeus just freezes. Just completely freezes and starts trembling. And I'm like, come on, Zeus, let's go. Come on, buddy. Come on, buddy. Again, this is my second meeting with him. So, I mean, we'd already sealed the deal and everything, but I'm like, come on, buddy. And I was figuring it's just going to take a little bit of encouragement to help him get up those stairs. That's the key point here, in helping him get up those stairs. He was just frozen. So me and Linda, he's too big to carry, even two people, because we were worried that what if he starts writhing around and falls, and goes sliding down the stairs or whatever. So got him to take a few steps up. We had to go up 3 flights of stairs. I'm on the second floor, but it's weird construction. So I'm on the second floor, but there were 3 flights of stairs we had to get up. It took us at least an hour to get up those stairs. So we were helping Zeuster up the stairs. A lot of coaxing, and when he took a couple more steps, congratulate him. Good job, Zeus. Good boy. Good job. But then he'd have to stop. Then talk to him a minute, try to calm him down. It's gonna be okay, buddy. It's gonna be okay, babe. I think that's when I first started calling him babe. That was a frequent term too. And took a few more. Like I said, had to have been at least an hour getting him up those stairs. And I felt so bad for him, because it was obvious. He had living at the rescue for almost 3 years. He had never been exposed to things like that before. By the way, I'm wearing my Boston Strong shirt, one of them. I should get one that says Zeusters Strong. And you see how this boy, he was a profile in courage, because he was trying. So we're helping him get up those stairs. And took a lot of effort, a lot of patience, a lot of love. Let's stress that, because Zeuster was all about love. And got him up those stairs. And my point here is that, and this is especially significant for people in recovery like me, again with multiple mental health diagnoses, and in recovery, sober, well over 5 years now. Sometimes we all need help getting up those stairs. No one does it all alone. I've been very fortunate in my recovery. I finally found effective therapy in August 2017 now, so we're coming up on 7 years now. Finally found effective therapy. My first try at therapy did not go well, just to put it mildly and keep the story short. I'll expound on that in another video. Meanwhile, I had Zeus for almost 3 years before that. He's the only reason I made it up until I found effective therapy. And then, so he helped me up the stairs. And just like I had helped him. Well, then my therapist helped me get further up those stairs. And Zeus was still at home returning the favor, still helping me get up those stairs. As you can see, if you watch that video of my PTSD recovery journey, or you can see him, like I said, in a lot of my mental health videos, he's always there somehow or other. He always pops in and adds a lot to the video. That's all. That's a reminder. And I think I'm drawing courage from Zeuster. He was absolutely courageous getting up those stairs. That was something he had never done before. Go upstairs like that. So it took a lot of courage for him to do that. He needed some help getting up those stairs. And now, as I go farther and farther into sobriety, it's uncharted territory. It's wonderful, but sometimes it's a little scary, And there he was, just every step of the way, helping me up those stairs. He was returning that favor, And now I'm going to get emotional about it. But I wanted to read, whenever I was at work or out running, hang on just a second here. I'll be with you in just a minute. Whenever I was at work or running, I had to get my G-pad out. Or just gone for a few hours or several hours, doing errands or whatever. I would always leave Zeuster at home with music going. We always had music going. If I was in the shower or just when we were eating together, we always ate together. I always had music going. And I would always leave music on for him when I was gone. Usually, almost always on the classical station, WRR Dallas 101.1, I think it is. Because he loved music. I mean, I do too. We both. Music is very meaningful. And you can tell dog owners, I think y'all can concur, you can tell when your dog likes certain songs better than others. Even if they like one song, you can tell another song comes on, you can tell they like it even more. A very beautiful song that Roger Taylor wrote. Roger Taylor, drummer for Queen, he's put out several solo albums, and including one a couple of years ago called The Outsider. There's a beautiful song on there called Tides, and it's about our mortality, so I felt like it was appropriate for this. Forgive the length of this video, but I need to get these thoughts out. I'm a little surprised I'm not breaking down. But this is the lyrics to Tides by Roger Taylor. It's a beautiful song. Look it up on YouTube. The only whisper is the wind. The only motion is the wave. The only constant is the change, and all I'm left with is the tide that tells me all the things that live someday must die. The only thing to cling to is the hope. The constant movement holds the key. My only friend now is the tide, the constant change you can rely. To tell you all the ones you love someday must die. Whereas the song is, to tell you all the ones you love someday must die. My only friend now is the tide. My only friend now is the tide. My only friend now. My only friend now. My only friend now. I'll give you a sample of the music. Oh, they're going to make me go through. Never mind. Amazon wants to make me buy it. I can play it for free on YouTube. But again, tune into that sometime. It's an absolutely beautiful song and carries more meaning now than ever. So I just wanted to give that little update on mental health. I think it was important to discuss because it's been a gigantic challenge for me. I said 7 weeks now I've had extreme difficulty sleeping, and really what keeps me going, of course, my great therapy, but also all the tools I've learned in that, and all the lessons, all the life lessons I learned from Zeuster. Just his persistence and eternal optimism, and how I'm so proud. So many people that met him, after they met him, they would say, "This is the happiest dog I've ever seen. This is the happiest dog in the world." And I think that was accurate. So, like I said, and one more thing I want to leave with. This is one of my favorite sayings for anyone in recovery. I think it's meaningful for anyone, but I think this captures Zeuster's spirit right here. And again, I hope people make it through this video. I know not everyone does that, but oh well. I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. I wish I could show you, when you are lonely or in darkness, the astonishing light of your own being. And I'll just leave you with that. And I'll say hi to the Zeuster out there. I can feel him. He's here with me in some way or another. And he's also out there on the other side. All right. Y'all have a good one. Thanks for listening.